Yeah. I don't wake up asking, am I ready for the world?
Nah, coach.
I wake up asking, is the world ready for me?
Facts.
For help?
So look, I've been doing a lot of traveling around, meeting a lot of people, seeing a lot of places. Man, I'm excited to get back to the grind. You know what I mean? I got to get back in the gym, start preparing for these competitions. I have a 4-year plan, man, so I'm ready to put it into action. Tokyo, let's see. You know, past couple of years, man, I've been training pretty tough to get myself prepared for Rio. Just put myself through a lot of different hoops, put my body through the burner. So I got to see what's going on with my shoulder. You know, I've been experiencing some pain since I took some time off. So got to get everything nailed down, man, so we can attack this 4-year plan. What I'm about to do right now, I'm about to go link up with my PT, Joanna. I've been working with her since I was probably like a senior in high school. So that's almost 13 years. So hey, man, let's see what she got to say. Physical therapy.
But like right now, it's like really
So when did it flare out this time?
Oh man, towards the end of June, when I had the competition in May, and then I had to do the Pan Ams, and then like, you know, training for the games. So just.
What's it feeling like?
Just a little sharp pain. So like this right here, I can feel it. I'm pushing down on it just a little bit, but I can still kind of keep it up. I did the test with Lance. I can't remember too much what it was. I just know when I'm like this.
So you're catching it.
Oh yeah, all right up
So
in
you
there.
catch it up on the bar?
If I'm doing a snatch overhead, I haven't even done the jerk because it's more of a narrow grip. I'm like, nah, I already know that's gonna hurt.
Okay.
So I hope it hangs on for a little while. What you think?
Well, hopefully, what's next? What are you doing now?
Man, just being an old man. I'm back in the gym. I'm kind of moving around a little bit so I can get back in shape, start training.
Training for?
I'm looking to do some competitions really this fall.
Oh, that's tight. Look at that.
We'll see.
That's tight.
You think so?
Yeah. Why did you tighten them up that much?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't like that.
It's okay.
Push it.
Yeah.
Right here.
That's when it starts. Not here. It's like right there on the top.
Move it.
Come on. I can't stop it.
Okay, weren't you supposed to be like a massive weightlifter? Okay, hold. Okay, so I shouldn't be able to break it. Okay,
No.
hold.
Mm-mm.
On your back.
It's catching.
Now, what stopped you making me stop it? Was that weakness or pain?
No, it's like a pain.
So, okay, sit up.
What you thinking? I see your eyes, but you want to do something.
You and I have done this a long time. Suspicious for a tear.
Okay.
Because I shouldn't be able to break you.
Okay.
But pain can make you weak. So
Okay.
let's put it in a happy place and then see if you can strengthen through it. And if you don't, you probably don't know where I.
Okay, get it checked out.
I mean, I shouldn't be able to break you as strong as you are.
Nah, it's just like I just can't stop it. So.
No bother.
Nah. it's
Good,
not too
because
bad.
that's one of the muscles that's mad on you. So if you're not feeling that, that's good. Otherwise, it looks not too bad.
Okay then.
Because you were totally breakable and now you're not. So hopefully it's just you were off.
Okay.
When's the next competition?
I was looking at the competition schedule and I saw this competition in September. I was looking at one maybe like September or December, but I want to be in shape. I want to be in shape before May.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you know,
You
I'm
still
not
teaching?
forcing anything.
Still-
Yeah, so I'm gonna start back. Like we gonna do some online stuff and
Cool.
get out in person and do some things as well. So we got the online coaching that's about to start in February, and obviously do some stuff in person too.
Great.
Yeah, for sure.
Get back into it. You rested enough?
Yeah, I feel good.
Awesome.
Just spending time with family, so now I can, you know, kind of move around, do some other things.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Appreciate
see you.
I'm getting this bad news from Joanna, and I'm trying to figure out, you know, what I'm going to do with myself. But in the same breath, you know, I'm seeing a lot of information, man, that's coming out of the city, man, about a lot of violence. I've been reading a few different tweets and whatnot, but man, when you actually turn on the news and you see a lot of the things that's going on, man, it's hard just to think about yourself. So look, man, we got the city of Shreveport. You know, you deal with Shreveport, Bossier area, man, the population around like 500,000 people, but we having so many different murders, man. We breaking records before the year really even kicks off, and the numbers are still climbing. So when you think about a lot of the violence and the murders and the size of Louisiana and the size of Shreveport, it's not that big, but something has to be done.
We caught up with Kendrick Farris in Stoner Hill, the neighborhood where he grew up. He talked to me about dibbling and dabbling in street life early on, but he also talks about his change, one that has made him one of the greatest athletes in the world.
What made you not want to, I think, succumb to the peer pressure of doing bad things when you were in middle school? Because we know in middle school is where
I did it, yeah. I did a lot of stuff though. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not squeaky clean. And like, I think that's when people can tell that you're not being real with them. Like, if I'm sitting there, hey, you don't need to do this and don't do that. And then they be like, why? I can tell you. I'm like, look, man, look, I done did the smoking. I done did the drinking. I done did a little, you know what I'm saying, trying to deal here. And like, man, it's nothing. It's a dead end.
But
I've seen the results from it. Knowing that there is more to life than just thinking, okay, I need to just be right here in my neighborhood and make this little bit of money. Because people think that money is like what it is. This thing is gonna get them some type of freedom or something, but it's not. It starts up here. When you think about the music, it has changed so much.
Yep.
If you go from the 80s, they telling you, man, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. They talking about not doing drugs. You talk about self-empowerment. Then you get to the early 90s, they talking about a lot of what they called it, the gangster rap. And it was really self-expression about what was going on at that time. And then you move forward. It's the D-boys. I can be the biggest drug dealer. Now is using the drugs. You see what I'm saying? So when you listen to the music, that's the first thing that comes on. They talking about doing the prescription medication. Called prescription drugs. They talk about the drinking of whatever some of these prescription things are. So it's like, it's cool now to be a drug addict.
So how do you reach out to those people?
Man, just tell the truth. You really got to tell people the truth. Like, I ask questions, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know who you are? You know, most people, oh yeah, I'm such. No, do you really know who you are? Do you know who your ancestors are? Do you know how they live? When we go to school and we learn whatever curriculum they put in front of us, it's not very interesting. Right. Because you tell my history, I don't see myself nowhere in it. So how can I value anything that you're telling me? So the dropout rate, we know is millions of people that drop out of school every year. So, okay, they say go to school, get good grades, get a good job. Okay, but when I'm going to school, have nothing that's piquing my interest, keeping my interest. So man, I'm finna get out of here. I'm finna go try to make some money. Well, now I don't necessarily qualify. So what do I need to do? Closest thing is to either like hustle or whatever the case is. So people get caught up.
What's the solution then?
The solution, it comes back to knowing who we are. When you have value of your life and who you are and how important life is, how precious life is. Like we don't get to do this thing 100 times. You know what I'm saying?
But here comes the no snitch policy.
Yeah.
When you live in a neighborhood and everybody's friends and everybody's not going to tell, nobody's going to get anybody in trouble, then you have the lack of someone speaking out because they don't want to tell.
Yeah, because people don't understand what that means, like no snitch. For example, if you're my neighbor, right, and then someone comes to your house and they break into your house or they do harm to someone at your house, why would I let that person just continue to roam around the neighborhood? That's a person that does not value life. That's a person that don't respect anyone because if I love you, I'm not gonna steal from you. I'm not gonna try to harm you. That's a person that's lacking love and has no understanding of it. If someone is doing harm to someone, we gotta stop that. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So
that ain't got, or going to someone's house and they stealing from it and you see it, ain't no snitching. No, that person is stealing. So we need to stop that. When you in this little bubble, man, it's like, it's easy to say, well, I don't understand why they just won't do this. A lot of people didn't have that structure. So like I said, you go from.
But is it their responsibility?
But see, everybody, it should be everybody's responsibility. If you saying this is your country, if you saying that we are Americans, if that's what you believe, you see what I'm saying? Then I don't see how you can look at someone and not see yourself. We think about poverty, you see what I'm saying? And then you have anger and frustration. These things lead to a lot of violence. So we have to understand, man, if we able to think out what you're doing, you can eliminate a lot of these issues and we can just talk them out amongst ourselves. But when you have a lot of frustration, a lot of lack of opportunities or even resources, like I said, that's a breeding ground for bitterness. And man, we see the results of that right now today. We had a lot of these same things that were going on, but I always remember people that were doing positive things and they always caught my attention. You know, they were doing something different and they were always different from a lot of the people that were around me. And man, two of those people, man, that I can just name, a guy named Ike Alexander and another brother named Jamarse Mahoney. Jamarse Mahoney, man, had his life taken away from us some years ago. But when I was growing up, he was a person that always spoke positive to me. He would always ask, man, are you doing that weightlifting, man? You need to keep doing that. Always smiling,
we were trying to play pickup basketball games, this would be the guy, you know what I'm saying, that wouldn't run you off the court. You know, some of the older guys like to run the youngsters away, man, but now y'all was brought us close, wanted us to get out there and compete, so he was just a real good guy. So I was thinking about my childhood, you know what I'm saying, and just thinking about some of the people that really just stood out to me, that influenced me, just by the way they carried themselves. And man, I did reach back out to Brother Ike so I can link up with him just to get some insight on, you know, what he has going on today, and let's talk about the past a little bit so we can see where we're headed. And I know we can play our role, because like I said, when I just think back about it, like growing up and like doing certain things that I probably knew wasn't the best thing to do, and then hanging out with people who I probably shouldn't have been hanging out with. But what was crazy, man, it would always be someone in the group that you probably wouldn't even expect, and they'd be like, man, you don't need to do that. Exactly. I had people like you, Shalon, Big Zo, you know what I'm saying? I just think about so many different people that was just doing things, whether they were working. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you already know Jay, Jamon's. Anytime he would see me at the store, he would always ask, hey, man, you still doing that weightlifting? Yep. Man, you need to keep doing that. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You was one of the first people I seen. Look, I'm talking about they just had muscles. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I remember you wrestling. So I was like, he doing something that ain't nobody else doing. Exactly. I don't know, stuff like that. Yep. I always kept my mind going.
Exactly. And, you know, that was really, that was a real strange time in my life, too, because you know I love football. Yeah. And I quit it to focus on wrestling. Yeah. I was like, was I just quit? For real. And I quit to focus on wrestling, and I did all right in it. And, you know, but, yeah, Jay, man, that, he always, you mentioned Jay, you mentioned Shalon. Yeah. They always had a positive word, encouraging word. Always. Always try to keep folks out of trouble. I remember kids, they have to be exposed. If they not out here running around, how they gonna know they got any talent? You know, they have been exposed to you know, things like how to start a business, you know, how to eat properly. It's something I gotta learn and work on. How they gonna know if I'm gonna tell them? Information ain't being pumped into here. This ain't where the information is pumped in. And it's not going to be pumped in, and nobody's going to do it unless somebody step up and bring it to them. Yeah. You know, I wonder how many, you know, I know you're vegan. How many know what that is?
Probably not a lot of them.
You know what I'm saying?
No ones I done ran into, that's about it.
Yeah.
But still, to be able to break it down to where they say, I know I can eat this, and this, and why it's important to eat that way.
Exactly, why.
See what I'm saying?
Information.
Man, look, when I was growing up, I had the quickest temper. I had an anger issue, you know what I'm saying? Still to this day, I can have little things happen, but it's amazing what weightlifting has done to me to help me just transform, you know what I mean? And be able to control these things, being able to have something to channel my energy into. And I think that's what we need. We need more outlets. So what I did, got my oldest son, Khalil, said, you know what? We're gonna get you signed up for boxing since you like the boxing. Lovely bodies. They got a kids boxing class, so I want to see how it works out for them. Right when I was going to, you know, take my PT visit, man, I ran into a lady that told me about this boxing gym for youths, inner city youths. And man, I was amazed just to see, and I knew the guy that was actually pushing this program. So man, this is very big, you know, to be able to have those outlets. A lot of us don't have father figures in our lives, and we need people that are gonna be stepping up just like this, just to provide an outlet, man, for those individuals who need that physical therapy. Man, the beautiful thing about sports is, man, just the psychology of it. You know, being able to learn how to interact, socialize with other individuals, being able to, learning how to focus and channel your energy into certain movements. Man, it's just phenomenal. You know, it helped me out with just learning how to set goals, being able to stick to a plan and not get frustrated, but learn how to use that energy that we have and make something positive of it. So man, this is phenomenal, man. These youngsters, they're gonna be learning some life lessons in here.
Playing some boxers and stuff, you know?
Yeah. But see, in that right there, bring people in. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? To keep from doing other stuff. And it's like, hey, you never know. That guy that's painting up on here could be someone that can come in there and be a champion. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. Because, man, people have so many different talents, different things that they can do.
Is that music hard?
Yeah, I mean, because you got to think, like, you have a lot of athletes, man, from around the world. I'm talking about all these different sports. You got over 30 sports. You got over 50 countries there. Everybody coming, they the best at what they do. You understand? So if you name an athlete, they was in the Olympic Village. I met a lot of these people, and it's like the same way me and you talking right now. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get to talk to a lot of people. So it's pretty cool. It's difficult to get there. You know what I'm saying? Very difficult to get there. So the people that make it there, the best in the world, man.
What made you start weightlifting and what made you continue to weightlifting?
So I got started in weightlifting. It was after the '96 Olympics. They started a program over there at Shreveport. My uncle, he had read about it and thought it would be cool. You know, he took my cousin in. My cousin told me, and we started going in a couple times a week, learning how to do the movements. I was playing other sports, but what I liked about the weightlifting, man, because I wanted to get stronger. Like I just thought that was the coolest thing. And I had never seen these lifts that we were doing. All I knew was bench press, do some push-ups. That's it. So when we started learning how to do these different movements, and they were like, man, you can compete in it. Man, I love to compete. Like, dude, anything we play, we can video games, football, basketball, it don't matter what it is. We can do jacks, four square. I mean, bruh, I want to win. Yeah. So we doing weightlifting. I'm like, come on, man, let's do it. So that's what really got me interested in the traveling, bro. The traveling is really what opened my mind at a young age. Like I said, making that junior Olympic team and going to Virginia, I was like, okay, this real.
One thing that really made me focus hard, and I don't know if it would have been a motivation for a lot of other people, but for me to see the world, to have the opportunity to travel. When it came real for me, when I made my first junior Olympic team, and me and my family, we got in a small Camry. I'm talking about we were deep, packed in the car, and we drove 21 hours to Virginia Beach, Virginia. But I've had the opportunity to travel to over 20 different countries, and these youngsters, they're training right now, you know, preparing their hands, but they're also preparing their minds and their bodies to actually have an opportunity to see the world as well.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1,
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
One thing I wasn't aware of when I started my journey, you know what I'm saying, making these Olympic processes, you have local competition, you have regional competition, you have national, then international. I didn't understand the steps. I thought you just came from the local and then let me just step on the international stage. It doesn't necessarily work out like that. But these youngsters, man, they taking that first step. So let's see where they headed. I think losing is a very important lesson that we all have to learn to face. We can learn a lot from it, but oftentimes people, they try to steer away from like taking the L. That's a big thing now, you know what I'm saying? It go viral if you take an L, so now people are afraid to do it. But if you don't learn how to lose, you can never learn how to truly win in life, because we're not going to just stroll or just ice skate to whatever destination we have in our mind. So we have to understand you have to be able to go through some things. So man, losing for me, man, it taught me a lot as a youngster. It taught me patience, how to be more strategic, how to really start pinpointing things, see where I can get better at. So these are things that hopefully, you know, trickled over into my life. So it's not all about winning. I know that's something that we all strive for, but you got to think whether you are losing in sports or you actually losing in life, which means losing your freedom to roam about this land and go about your business, or you actually losing your life. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just you. There's a lot of people that's being affected by the decisions that we make. So I think it's very important that we remain conscious of every decision we make, whether it's big or small.